Hey guys, welcome back to the Thriving in Love podcast, the podcast that challenges the status quo so couples can thrive as their most authentic selves. Today on the show, I have such a special guest. Chellie Carlson doesn't just style wardrobes, she transforms lives. As an LA-based stylist working with top executives, entrepreneurs, and industry leaders, she takes clients from feeling just fine in their clothes to feeling absolutely magnetic every time they walk into a room. Chellie and I met a couple weeks ago, and when I tell you this woman embodies every single thing that she does, you could just see it in her energy, in her aura, in the way she obviously looks, dresses physically, yes, but it's so much deeper than that. And when Chellie and I got to talking, I just knew I needed to have her magic on the show. So I'm excited to dive into her world and share all of her juicy secrets with you guys today. Chellie, welcome. Thank you so much for being
Thank you.
here.
Thrilled to be here.
Let's back up a little bit because you are this incredible stylist, but were you always somebody that was into fashion? When did that journey start for
Always.
you? Yeah.
Since I was a child, I've been in love with fabrics, wardrobes, clothes, all of it. And then I studied fashion in college.
So
It's in my
when
blood.
did you
Yeah.
make that link though of like your
Of like
inner journey?
at a very young age, I got it from my mother. She loved to sew. She would design little handbags in high school and she would sell them. And she always had a love of style, and I got it from her. So, she would give me the opportunity to wear beautiful things and express myself.
And
And
how
I
did that
feel,
make you
yeah,
feel?
great, because I always was ahead of, I grew up on a farm in Missouri. So there
Wow.
wasn't a lot of fashion, as you can imagine. And so I was always ahead of the curve in terms of style and fashion. And I was the fashion plate in college. I'd say much more self-expressed than others that were around me.
When did you start bringing in the psychology behind it?
Ooh, well, I started when I moved to Chicago after graduation. I spent 21 years in Chicago. 20 years, I had the opportunity to work for one of the top lingerie brands in the country, in the world. And it was one of their bras was featured on Oprah's Favorite Things, and the company took off. One of my roles within that 20 years, I had a lot of different roles and wore different hats. I got to meet women in the fitting room in their most vulnerable place, where they would walk in the fitting rooms and I would notice how there was so much shame around the breasts. Every woman wanted what they didn't have. My large busted one wanted to be smaller. My smaller wanted to be bigger. And there was just this disconnect with their bodies, and I just would see them, and the instant they met me, they would become safe and comfortable, and I would put them in the perfect fitting bra that would make them feel just instantly confident. They would look 10 years younger, 10 pounds slimmer, just by, putting them in the right bra, right? So many women would say to me, I want breast surgery, Chellie. I don't like my breasts. I put them in the right bra. I'm like, you do not need to do any surgery. Just wear the right bra, right? So then what they would say to me is, Chellie, I love what you did for my bras. I need you to do this for my whole wardrobe. So then I got this idea of like, I know one day I'll found my own company. And I'm like, you know what? I started side hustling, printed the business cards, built the website, and I would meet women. I'd say, here's also what I do. I'm a stylist. Here's my brand. And they would hire me for one-off services, maybe a closet edit, maybe shopping. And then 2 weeks before COVID hit, I decided I was making more money side hustling. I decided it was time to found Chellie Carlson Style. And it was perfect timing. COVID was such a gift for me and my business that I got to focus inward. I got to slow down and really create this brand and start building it.
Do you feel like that was like guidance from
God, absolute. It was all, I had been talking about being a stylist for almost 5 years before. And I know so many women out or listening, and they're in that corporate job or they're stuck and they know they're made for more. I felt that for many years. And I played small because I was comfortable. I loved the company I worked with. I loved the flexibility. I made no money at that time. For 20 years, I made no money.
How did you support yourself?
I barely, I lived in a small apartment in the nicest neighborhood. I made it work. Like I always dressed well. I would shop and like find steals and deals. And I think that's why I'm so good at shopping, is because I had to shop on a
Yeah.
budget. When I was going into accounts like Neiman Marcus and Saks Fifth Avenue, I couldn't walk in those stores as I do now and shop normal. I
Mhm.
would dream of shopping at those places. And then ultimately it was when I decided, the level of self-worth rose and I was ready to found my own company, I had to become a different woman. And in less than 4 years, I've completely transformed my life.
Oh my gosh.
And my money mindset, my whole life is changed dramatically. And if
I
I did it at 40, so I'm sharing this because if I can do it, all of you women I know out there in your 20s and 30s think you're too late. You're not. It's all
mm,
perfect timing and connecting the dots backwards. It was all perfect. I wouldn't have been ready for this until I
yes.
was.
Thank you so much for sharing that, because I think as a society, we love to tell women that when you're 30, that's like your prime, you're done. After
Oh
that, it's
no.
all downhill from there. I
I'm
feel like
just
that's when
beginning.
we're just getting started.
Yeah, I'm in my mid 40s now and I'm just beginning. I feel like I just found it and I have so much to do and so much to experience. And I work with women also in their 40s and 50s and 60s that are transforming their lives and their style at any age.
That is so powerful. Thank you so much for sharing that. What would you say is the biggest thing that blocks us from really feeling ready to take that leap from the comfort zone and stretching yourself into entrepreneurship and really going after your dreams? Because there's so many moments that come up of like setbacks and obstacles and challenges in the growth zone.
Yep.
How have you expanded your nervous system, or
Yep.
what was that process like for you
Yeah.
to step into this new version of you before having the beautiful life that
This,
you do
right.
today?
I feel that it all comes down to self worth. And
Mm,
I know I'm on a mission here to help women understand you're worthy. The world, the universe is not going to give you what you want, it gives you what you are. And every day, it's my mantra, I'm becoming this woman that I want to serve, this next level. And back to 2021, what changed my life was investing in a coach.
mm,
And I'll just share, when I founded my company, I had less than $10,000 to my name for my whole life, 20 years. And I felt at that time, I actually felt wealthy, which is now, look, I'm delusional, but I felt really comfortable with that. And it's all I had. And I knew I'd be okay. I didn't have a husband, I didn't have family money. I did this, I was all self funded. And so I invested in my first coach in 2021. She's a stylist coach. She helped me create my signature service that I
mm.
use to this day. I invested $3,000 in her. And at that time, for me, that was half of my net worth. She changed my life. That was me telling the universe, like, I am worthy of this.
Yeah.
This investment, I'm all in with her. So that was building ultimately my business and founding it and launching, selling the signature service and that only. And then I became really busy, hired a team, my first assistant in 2021, my first intern. And that same year, I was able to invest in a mastermind, my first mastermind. So, my number one piece of advice, ladies, get in rooms, surround yourself with women who have built bigger businesses than you, pay to be around them. That's exactly what I did. And at that time, it was a $20,000 investment. And that's all I had, basically. And I could have done monthly payments. For some reason, I had this ping. I'm like, I'm going all in. I put it all in. I 10, almost 12x'd that year. I literally had to become a different woman to surround myself with these other female founders and to attract new relationships, new friendships. Like I was just up leveling everything in my life, but it all came down to what I was worthy of.
Wow. And that I think is the biggest difference. If you did those monthly plans, it wouldn't hit you
Yeah,
as deeply, I think.
deeply.
And seeing that amount leave your bank account
Yes,
immediately, it's like,
immediately. And
I'm investing into myself because I believe in
skin in the
myself.
game. Exactly. I'm worthy of
Yeah.
this. And this is why today, when I look a client or a woman in the eye and tell her the investment, I can do that because I've done that for myself. She has to be fully committed to her transformation. And I'm doing her a disservice by not asking her for that amount of money. And it's just an energy exchange. And I put that energy in and it came back tenfold.
What a powerful origin story. Like, oh my gosh. I love that we just like dove so deep into
Yeah, we
that.
just went into it. So I'm really into the self-worth, and I know
Yeah.
I'm here to help women really understand their value
Mm.
and self-worth. And I know most women are undercharging and not asking for raises, not asking for what they deserve.
How do
And
you feel like showing up in your style
mhm.
helps you with that courage to
Oh,
start asking for the things that you
yeah,
are worthy of?
right. I feel that when you get dressed in the morning, it's one of the greatest acts of self-love
Mm.
you can do. Second to moving my body and the food I put in, what I put on, it shifts my vibration, raises my frequency, everything. And I think what it is ultimately telling others when I walk in a room, I'm telling others, ultimately teaching them how to treat me.
Mm.
This is
Wow.
my
Yeah.
level of self worth. I'm worthy of wearing beautiful clothes. I'm worthy of feeling great in my body. And then I'm commanding that respect from all of those around me.
That
And the
is so
wardrobe,
beautiful.
it's not surface level. It's strategy. It's deep, and it can really shift, the way you're perceived. And then I don't make the rules. I wish it didn't matter, but it matters. And why not use that as a tool to elevate your frequency and change your life, right?
Yeah, and I love what I'm hearing from you is kind of like you investing in yourself and
Mhm.
being mindful and intentional about
Intentional.
how you show up physically in this world kind of sets this energetic aura around you so that other people automatically, like energetically, can feel how to
Mhm.
treat you. So you're not worried as much about, is this person going to hurt me? Is that person going to hurt me?
Yeah.
Your energy does
It's
so much of that work for you
yeah,
to keep people that are not in alignment with you out of your auric field because you're investing
exactly.
into creating and curating
Yep.
this energetic field around you.
It sets the boundaries. You're much less likely to be disrespected, and you're in your power. And I'm in my power. Like when I walked into that event, I'm in my power in a way that like I'm so curious to like get to know other people. I feel so good in my body that I'm not even worried about myself. I'm there to connect with others and have an open, energetic, like open heart to
Mm.
connect. And so many people are so closed off, and their wardrobe is just, they're hiding who they really are. And the work I do ultimately helps women, like I show them who they really are and set them free to wear whatever they want that feels good for them. And it
I
changes I feel neurologically, it changes the way you live your life.
Yeah, and I'm sure it helps with your mindset. You're not spiraling in the negativity as much. You're more grounded in your body because you feel good.
Yes.
What you just said about like how you show up in places, events, and gatherings with that openness instead of
Yes.
the
Insecure.
self-consciousness.
Yes. Even on
Wow.
stage. I mean, when you have that outfit, you couldn't be in a better fitting outfit that's aligned with you. Like that energy is, you can just feel it. And women should have that every day. I mean, the number one thing I want people to take away is I do this every day, even if I'm seeing nobody. It's habit stacking. I'm showing up, telling myself, like, I deserve to feel this good every day. I'm more productive. I make more money. I eat better. Everything is better
Mm.
because I love what I'm wearing.
And to me, what that sounds like is true embodiment, not
Yes.
performative. Not you're not doing it to get the money. You're not doing it
No,
to
it
get the
is,
connections.
this is who I am.
Who you are.
Hmm.
Oh,
At the core. Yes.
so beautiful. Wow. I think the number one thing that a lot of people struggle with is the shame and the guilt of taking
Hmm.
up space and being that powerful.
Yeah.
And I love that you do it in a way that doesn't make you closed off and rigid and not connected. It actually makes you more connected. So, like, how do we help people reframe
Mhm.
that mindset around if I look too good, then I
Too
make
good.
other people not look as
Not,
good? Or,
yes.
yeah.
Ooh, this is a big one. And this is happening everywhere. When you find what's authentic to you, you will never have that feeling when you walk in a room. But it's so you don't want to wear like a costume. And that's, I think, when you would feel that way of like, I'm taking up too much space. This isn't me. But when you find that wardrobe that you put it on and you're like, this is so me, it's an extension of my soul.
Mm.
I could walk into a coffee shop in that same outfit. I could walk into happy hour or on stage, and it's so me that I don't even care. I don't even notice. But I do know a lot of people are looking at me and they're observing me and they're feeling my energy because I'm so in my power. And once you find that activation through your wardrobe, you're unstoppable. It takes work. As women, there's shame around not being able to get dressed. We're not, as women, we feel like we should be born with style, and style is often learned. It's my zone of genius. It is for other people. That's not your zone of genius. And so it takes work. It takes investing energy and money into, building that style muscle. You're never too late to work on it. It's never too late to transform the way you look and feel in your clothes.
And I think giving women permission that style can evolve over time. Like what your authentic
Absolutely.
style is in your 30s and 40s doesn't have to be your authentic style in your 60s.
And
And
mine is shifting every day. I am ambitiously evolving mine. Like, I am all about growth and personal growth, and my style is just one of the tools. Every day I'm trying to dress. When I get dressed, I'm like, is this Chellie 3 to 5 years out? Would she wear this
Mhm.
today? And if not, I change and I put something on that is like next level. It's constantly evolving it and honing in on it. Every day I'm growing and my style is evolving daily.
That's gorgeous. What are your steps to help people find their authentic style? Because
Ooh,
what about people who
great.
like have no idea who
Don't
they are?
even
They
know.
spent
Or,
years just like
mhm.
focused on work and
And
family.
you're going to go inward. This is a
Mm.
journey of finding out what's authentic to you. You're going to start by buying a rack on Amazon. You're going to buy a rolling rack, you're going to build it, and you are going to pull out every item in your closet. Ladies, I've seen hundreds of closets. We need about a fifth of what's in that closet right now. Okay, this is your permission slip to let anything go that doesn't fit you, that doesn't align with who you're becoming. You've got to release it. We're just holding on to stuff, and it's
Mhm.
taking up mental space, energetic space. Your closet is ultimately a snapshot of what's going on in your life. We need it clean, we need it lean, and we need it clear. So we want to edit ruthlessly.
Mm.
And ladies, this is not easy. And it's not even easy for me to do. And I do this every day for clients, but you have to get really honest with yourself.
We get so
It's
attached.
so attached. And if there are things that you love and maybe you got engaged in this dress or whatever, you can archive pieces. Okay, you can put it in another closet or fold it in a box, but it should not be in the main portion of your closet. That
Mm.
should only be the current season. And you must only have the current season front and center. So we want to edit every category: tank tops, t shirts, blouses, blazers, everything. And you're going to start seeing what you're overbuying in. For example, some clients I've seen have 80 pairs of denim.
Yep.
These, you need maybe 4, 3. And it's like learning, like when you want to shop, you buy the same things over and over again. Dresses, they're easy. You don't have to mix and match. So you have dozens of dresses. Stop buying the dresses. Okay. Whatever it is for you, every client has something that's their whatever drug of choice to shop and to stuff with, right? And so we edit, edit, edit. I think you should edit every season at least twice a year, maybe more, and then get clear on if you do need to shop, create a shopping list. If you're missing certain pieces, put them in your notes. And when you do shop, you can only start with buying those things, those holes that need to be filled, right?
Mm.
And then ideally, you're left with a rack of clothes that is sort of your capsule. My next number one suggestion is tailoring. Tailoring is key to my process and the way I work with women. I've been sewing since I was 15. I'm obsessed with fit and making sure it fits your body perfect. So the clothes, I often find women are thinking the clothes are the problem, or their bodies are the problem, excuse me. When in
Mm-hmm.
actuality, it's the clothes that you're choosing to put on your body. And so off the rack, ready to wear often isn't maybe going to fit you perfectly from the start. Say you love a garment, all you need to do is a little tailoring and you can make it fit you perfectly. So I know in your closet, ladies, right now, you've got quite a few garments that they're beautiful. You don't wear them because maybe that hem is too long. It's dragging the ground and you're like, I won't wear it, whatever. Or you have that pair of jeans and you just need to take in the waist a little bit so they fit better. Or, something's wrong with that vest. It's fitting wrong. You just need to get some tailoring done. And you could go to your local dry cleaner or you can find a seamstress. But go ahead and make sure everything fits perfectly. Now that you have your rack of clothes and your capsule, let's style it. It's time to put together different looks. And this is where the time comes. I want you to spend an evening, an afternoon, block it off, try on these pieces, put together looks. Say you have a vest that you don't know how to style, chat GPT it, put it in Google, figure out what other ways you could wear it and then style those looks, take selfies, create an album for yourself, and you have your own digital lookbook. So then when you get dressed in the morning and you're like, I have nothing to wear, you look at your lookbook, you're like, oh, I look great in that. I love that. Let me wear that again. And I'd rather you have 4 amazing outfits that can be mixed and matched than dozens and dozens that just are fine. You don't feel
Yeah.
good in them. Let them go.
You're actually talking
So
about saving money at the end of the day.
saving money, shopping is not the answer, ladies. And I know it's
And
shocking
it's so
coming from a
addicting.
stylist. It is so addicting. Some evenings, I know clients that literally before working with me, they're shopping daily.
Oh my gosh.
And you just keep buying and buying and buying. And then you're overwhelmed because you're buying the wrong things and you just need to slow down, wear what you have. Then you're going to start evolving. And that's how you create the signature style, which I could go into. It's another tangent. It could be a whole nother podcast. No, but
We'll do it again.
back to kind of the process. Start editing, ladies. Ruthlessly edit. It could change. That alone could change the game for you. And then
Also, doing all that labor in
style.
that moment will probably
Yes,
stop you from shopping because
it
you're like, if I
will.
have to do this all
Do
the
this.
time.
Just stop. You can donate, sell, get rid of it, and then you're left with some things you forgot you even had. You couldn't see them because they were stuffed in between all the other pieces that don't work for you.
Yeah.
So they come to the surface, let's style them, and then let's start seeing wear some of these things and style in different ways. Outfit repeating is the name of the game.
Yeah. So when
Society tells
in a
you,
place like LA,
yes,
and you're like
outfit
kind of
repeating.
meeting a lot of the same people, the community's not that big.
Yes. So it's wearing those pieces in different ways. So
Yeah.
signature. So for instance, my signature stack, I wear this every day.
Mm.
I don't care what I'm wearing. And I wear my earrings. I have all
Wow.
Maria Tash earrings. That's
Beautiful.
all I wear. I've worn the same earrings for 2 years.
Wow.
I haven't touched them. My necklace I've been wearing for 3 years.
That's a really long
And
time.
people recognize me for it. And I'm building trust with my audience because I show up consistently.
That is genius because that's like the number
It's
one rule on social media too, where
yeah,
it's like just try to have that consistency over
consistency.
the framing, the background, the colors. So when people see you on social media, they
Yeah,
recognize
they
you, you
recognize
build that
you.
relationship. And you're doing it
Everybody's
like in
in
person.
person and
Wow.
everyone here is a personal brand.
Yeah,
I don't care who you are. If you're a doctor, lawyer, entrepreneur, you are a personal brand.
totally.
And you should dress in a way that once you find what feels good for you, what are you getting compliments on? Is it that way, the way you wear that blazer? Okay, you love that blazer, you get compliments. Let's wear it twice next week, but style it in different ways.
Mm.
And then maybe wear it again 3 times that next week. There's no reason that we're told by society that we're not good enough if we don't have the newest, best thing. It's all a lie. Buy higher quality, outfit repeat. We don't need the clutter and the junk.
Everything you're saying literally goes against the status quo.
Totally. And I'm a disruptor.
Literally.
Literally.
Everyone's all
I'm
about
like,
fast fashion, trends.
no. And I do like a little Zara, I'm not gonna lie. But I've had some of my Zara pieces for 5 years.
Yeah.
I'm not
You're not
cycling through
fast
them. I'm
fashioning
not
it the way
fashioning them.
people are. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not disposing of anything, and everything I buy with, like, I if I want something, I literally will touch it, and if I'm really drawn to it, I'm going to buy it. I don't look at the I mean, I will look at the price, but I
Yeah.
don't care. So many women are like, "Oh, I'll only get it if it's on sale." You're telling the universe you're only worthy of things that are on sale?
Mm.
No, you're worthy of whatever lights you up almost twice, 3 times a week.
Yeah.
And I'm obsessed with it. And it's comfortable and it feels good for me. Everyone, you need to find what that is for you and then wear it on repeat.
Do you have like an intuitive process when you're shopping to like
Absolutely.
feel into the
Absolutely.
fabric
And
or the,
that's why and this is, I channel with my one on one clients.
yeah.
They literally give me their credit card and say, unlimited, buy whatever needs to be bought. I channel, I literally, when I'm shopping online, I'm like, yes,
Like you tap
I
into their
tap into
energy.
the vision of them.
Yep.
I'm styling them 3 to 5 years out. And I say, this is going to push their edges. This is going to, I can only push them so far on the
Yeah.
first, transformation. And then every season I work with them, we're just up leveling more and more every season, going deeper into their authenticity. But yes, I channel. I'm like, this is so, Melissa, this shoe, everything. And that's and then I literally
The gift.
bring it
Mhm.
here and they get to experience it. And they say, how did you know that I would love this? And it's after seeing their bodies, we all have the limiting beliefs. And this could be a whole nother podcast about what we feel can and can't wear.
Yeah.
My job is to break through those limiting beliefs and help understand what they are, to then show you who you really are and what you deserve to wear that is truly your essence.
I have chills. I can't even imagine like how emotional that transformation must
Oh
feel for
my
your
gosh,
clients.
tears. Like almost
Tears.
all my male client, like my last male
Yeah.
client cried twice. If my men are crying, I mean, it's healing. I'm a
It's
healer, and
healing.
they
Yes.
literally get to see themselves. He looked in the mirror and he was like, I've struggled my whole life and I've never looked this way. And I deserve to look and feel
Oof.
this way.
Oh my gosh, little
And
chills. Wow.
women, I mean, we have a lot of dysmorphia. It's everywhere. We all have it.
Thanks to all the magazines that we
Yes,
grew up
thanks
with.
to society, our mothers, our
Yeah.
exes. Yep.
Yeah. So true.
And
So
I'm work
when you do this inner work with your clients, do you have like a session where you're
mm,
having them bring up these
yes,
insecurities
it
or
all comes out in their
mm,
first session and it's in their closet. Most of these clients have come to me as a referral. They've never met me before. My team and I go to their home. They let me into their most sacred space, which is their closet.
mm,
And I get to come in and get information about them. I energetically am tapping into, who are you? And I'm seeing who they were in the past, seeing what they were investing in and what they felt they were worthy of wearing. And then typically this is when the limiting beliefs come up. A client, I'll say, well, where's your shorts category? The client will say, oh, no, 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 I don't wear shorts. And this is the biggest one. So many of my female clients say, Chellie, I don't want shorts. And I look at her and I say, noted. Fourth look in the style studio I put her in are shorts. She looks in the mirror and she's like, in a full balanced look, and she looks at her legs and she's like, I look incredible in these shorts.
oh my God.
And I'm like, yes, you do. You sure do. And she then goes on to wear shorts for the rest of her life. And she now I set her free. Arms are another thing. So many clients say to me, Chellie, don't show my arms. They're not good enough. And I say received. And then, of course, we're going to be showing those arms in gorgeous look. When you look at the full look and you feel embodied, like no one's looking at your arms.
Yeah, no.
No one. So in the closet, we go deep. I get to see them ultimately naked in the closet, essentially we do a bra fitting. I need to see and feel their bodies and understand how their shape is, their silhouette. So I then know what sizes to pull, and I know what brands and what silhouettes are going to work for her and her lifestyle.
So powerful.
So it's intense. The
Yeah.
closet edit is one of my favorite. I mean, it's a full day getting to know them.
When you shared the story about when you were working at the bra company in Chicago and people felt safe in your presence to be
Mm-hmm.
vulnerable about like the rest, immediately I was like, yeah, it's because you're a healer.
Yes.
Your
It's
energy feels safe. I felt it in your presence when we met.
oh.
Is that something that you've always known about
No,
yourself?
I've always been on the spiritual path since I was probably in my 20s. I knew like I was drawn to Course in Miracles, a lot of those types of books. I was into self-help, and at the library or the bookstore, I would be in the self-help spiritual section. To this day, I always felt like I didn't fit in. Even as,
That's
when I was young, I
crazy to
always felt like there
me.
was,
Like,
right?
yeah,
Like something was different about me, and I was really into,
mm,
and I've always been like highly sensitive. I'm an empath. Like I feel people before they speak. Like I can understand what they're about to say, and like I feel them. And I know this is my gift, but I didn't really lean into my gifts until I founded my company, with COVID, really hone in on my gifts and like what I wanted to create for women. I've created something that there's no one doing what I do the way I do it, and
yeah,
I stay in my lane, and all I do is this 3-step process. I don't do anything else because this is my human design. My gene keys is like I'm in my zone.
you're in your zone of genius.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's gorgeous. So let's reel it back a little bit. How can we elevate our wardrobe on a budget? And like, what are some things that are worth investing in? But then what
Yeah.
are some other things that you can like really
Like
not spend so
splurge or
much on?
save. Yeah. I
Hmm.
mean, number one, you can up level your style just by editing your wardrobe and tailoring your garments. Like
Yeah.
that alone, number one, the act of getting dressed every day, you do not need to spend any money. I
Yeah.
know you have what you need in your wardrobe, ladies. So don't spend a dime yet. Edit, tailor,
Yeah.
and get dressed every day. Then, once you're getting dressed, you're going to start seeing maybe there's holes. Like you want that next level blazer. A blazer would be the first piece I would, in LA or wherever market you're in. It's just a piece that you can add it to most looks as
Yeah.
a third piece. So that's one I would invest in. But you really don't technically have to invest a lot in that. Zara has now $100 blazers that I own, some of Zara blazers, and I also have investment ones. You could invest $100. I would get a blazer, really good denim,
Mm.
the fit. I would go with a high quality denim, like a Goldie is one of my go-tos. Frame is the other one I love. In terms of other pieces, and maybe some jewelry, accessories. My favorite designer is a female designer in Miami, and her jewelry is $100 a piece. So again, this isn't huge, wild investments. Other things to invest in, some foundations, like obviously the bras. Ladies, I know you're skimping on the bras. You're going to Target, going to Gap. If you have above a size A or B, you need to invest in really high quality bras. And
Yeah.
you just need an everyday t-shirt, a strapless, and a racerback. You don't need 10. So go get fit. It's going to change the way your clothes feel and the way you look in your clothes. So go to Bloomingdale's or Nordstrom. All of the associates are fit certified and
Yeah.
they can help you. So go do that. Oh, shoes. I mean, they never change size. You're going to be the same size. Invest in quality shoes. That's the first thing people look at. And you really want comfort and quality. So really find what feels good for you and your feet. And if you're going to wear these year after year after year, just invest in them.
Shoes are important.
Right?
What are your thoughts on like designer shoes and
Shoes.
bags?
I'm a huge fan. I think I own 4, 5 bags. That's it.
Yeah.
People look at me and they think I have probably a closet full of hundreds or dozens of bags. No, I have 4 and I love them. They're my babies. One I've had for 12 years, the other 10 years. I just made really good decisions and I call them babies. Like it's something that is going to last you years. So invest wisely. It's back to cost per wear. So once you invest in something, you wear it over and over again, and that cost per wear goes down to zero. That's when you know you made a good investment. Same with
That's a good point.
shoes. I love a good quality designer shoe that doesn't, it doesn't have to have a label on it. The fit, you can just feel the energetics of like a good shoe when you walk, and when it just makes me feel good in my body to wear a good shoe.
You're
It's
just literally stepping
yes,
into your highest
you're
self.
walking. Yes, it's like, why not your
Yeah.
feet? You should have, especially if you're on your feet often. My whole philosophy is you don't have to sacrifice style for comfort. You can have both.
That's my struggle. It's so hard for me to find
Find comfort,
comfortable, cute shoes.
anything. Shoes, well,
I have
I
very
got
flat
you.
feet, so it's like
I
it's
got
kind of
you.
struggle. Yeah.
So the
What are your
shoes are
some like
definitely
brands that you like
that I
love?
love. I love right now. I love Schuts. Do you know
Mm.
Schuts? I love
Yeah.
Schuts. They're
Mm.
like a mid range, like $100. I love Jeffrey Campbell.
Mm-hmm.
They do some edgy, cool ones. I love my sneakers. I love the Golden Goose Ball Stars. They're so comfortable with like a built-in orthotic. I love Gianvito Rossi. They've got, for designer, they have edgy, cool shoes.
Oh,
Kate, my boots are Kate, and I love them. They have a very cool aesthetic. I mean, there's so many.
yeah, those
I
are
love
great.
shoes. Yeah,
I'm definitely
right.
excited to dive into all of those brands. Okay, so random question, but when you're talking about embodying your highest self, right? Do you think you get to embody your highest self first and then the physical transformation comes after, or is your thought process you dress like her
Dress like
and
her and become her. Yeah. And
dress
it's
like
a
her and then become
physical,
her?
I like to say that it's a physical vision board.
Yeah.
Every time you get dressed, I'm putting on things that literally are my next level self.
Mm.
I will attract all of those things I want 5 to 10 times faster because
Wow.
I'm feeling like her now.
Mm-hmm.
So many women get dressed in the morning, if they even get dressed, and they're expecting to feel a certain way, but like, you've got to make choices that are coming from your higher self.
Yeah.
That's those investments I made in my coach. Those were from my higher self. And when I go and I shop, I'm like, I know I'm choosing from my authentic higher self and investing from her. Like, what does she deserve?
Wow.
And so many women aren't. They're just, they're thinking, okay, they're thinking in scarcity when they're shopping, and they're
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, it's on sale, I can buy that. And then they buy it and they never wear it because it doesn't do anything
Because
for
they
them.
don't love it.
They don't love it. So
Yeah.
why are you only buy things that you love? And if a lot of women, you have to figure out what you love, and so you have to try new things, but
Which is so
start with
scary.
where it, which is so scary, but you have to, I've tried a lot of different things, and a lot of things haven't worked, but when I find something that does, I just repeat it
Mm.
over and over again, and you save money and you save time and
Yeah.
energy by,
So true.
and then getting dressed takes 5 minutes, not an hour of struggle.
Yeah. Do you recommend if you really like something buying multiple colors of it or no? Yeah.
You have to really love it.
Mm.
I typically don't suggest doing it. Maybe buy one color. So say it's a, I don't know, shoe, buy that shoe. And this is what I have clients do. I'm like, wear it, make sure you're madly obsessed with it. Then maybe a few weeks or a month later, if it's still available, buy the other colors. I just feel like there's so many other options out there too that you should experience.
Hmm.
Whether it's that one shoe, you could try a different silhouette, you may like it more. So it's like, why not explore and experience more rather than buying the same in every color, right?
I love that. It's also kind of like for date nights.
Date
Like if
night.
you find a restaurant that you love,
Yes.
why would you want to go there every
Every,
time you guys go out? Because
when
then
you
it
could,
can become monotonous and
yes.
autopilot, and it loses that sense of spark and
Spark and
adventure and spontaneity. So I love that, where it's like give your full
give
energy to a piece that you love in the one color that
the one
you
color,
love it in,
and then make, because I
and
don't
then
buy a lot of
explore with
things.
other
Yes,
things.
try something else and you might love that more. You just don't know.
And what
It's
would
a
you
great,
say to people that dress for
a
the
specific event, or
for
or
like, or like their partner? Like, oh, my partner really,
oh boy, yes.
yeah,
This is one where I'm here to disrupt and break those rules, right?
yeah.
Get dressed for yourself. Your partner is going to be so much more attracted to you when
Yeah.
you are aligning your wardrobe and dressing for you and who you're becoming.
So true.
And this is the same as like a lot of women come to me like, I'm going to this event. So and so is going to be there. It's at this location. What do I wear? I'm like, you wear what feels best for you, and you
Mhm.
could go anywhere. It doesn't
Mhm.
matter who's going to be there. It doesn't matter the location. I mean, within reason, you
Yeah.
want to kind of be
You're not
within,
gonna wear a ball gown
but yeah,
to
to
a coffee date.
exactly
Yeah.
within reason we're speaking here. But like when you get dressed, and this is what I do, I don't care who's going to be there. I'm
Mhm.
dressing in this outfit because I put it on and I feel so beautiful and like myself that others are just going to be drawn to me because I feel so full and whole.
Yeah. 100%. You are so much more magnetic when you're in that energy than if you're
Yes.
trying to get someone's attention. And
Tension.
it's the same thing with the scarcity mindset and the abundant mindset, where it's like, are you doing this to receive like a certain outcome, or are you doing it to feel full and whole within yourself?
So,
Yeah,
so
well,
good.
Chellie, this has been such an enlightening talk. I have learned so much. I'm excited to jump to Google and ChatGPT and take my whole wardrobe and just say, "Make me look like my highest self." So thank you
Oh,
so much.
my gosh, you were so welcome. Thank you for having me.
Of course. How can my audience find you? How can they work with you? I'll
Yeah.
put all your links in the show notes below.
Yes. So working with me, I have my one-on-one, that's my magic, my high touch service that I transform your wardrobe in less than 30 days, giving you an entire new capsule of your dreams. And then I also have a beautiful membership called the Style Society. And this is a subscription membership. I have women all over the world. It's a style sisterhood. It's a place where you can come no matter where you're at on your style journey. If you're just beginning or if you're a little advanced, you can come. I'm giving all of my codes to you in these style boards every month. Everything I'm
So
giving
cute.
to my one on one clients, I'm delivering monthly. And I'm taking
Wow.
you each month along the journey of elevating your style. And every month we have a Zoom masterclass where the women come, I review the boards, they ask me questions. So it's like having me in their pocket every month. So it's
That's
it's an
amazing.
honor to work with these women. And I hang out on the IG at Chellie Carlson, and that's Chellie with a C.
And your content is amazing. It is so good. I love your transformations. I love everything that you say. You said
Thank
recently
you.
about like not washing your
No,
clothes,
oh,
and
that's
that
a whole
created
nother.
a whole
Stop washing your clothes, guys. You're ruining them.
yeah. Well,
Less,
you're gonna have to
wear
go to your
more. Yeah,
Instagram to know
go
more
to my.
about.
I'll do another video on that. I'm going to drop a new one. Stay
Yeah,
tuned.
put it on your feed so it can stay there. Like
Totally.
stop.
Everyone can see it.
Amazing. Well, again, thank you so much. And everybody check out Chellie. She's incredible.
Thank you for having me.